Well, Coach, obviously, taking a look at the new Hope stats, it's tough to really dive into that. But when you assist on 35 of your 56 baskets and you hit 17 of 27 3-pointers, this is a fairly new team. It seems like they genuinely like playing with each other, and the confidence within each other is growing.
I think that's exactly what you look at. I don't think you put a lot into the score. This was not the original game we had set for this, but there was a problem with the other team, and we had to scramble and find a team to come in. And the things that I was looking for was, number one, we knew there was going to be 40 minutes of transition basketball, which is good for us, exactly what we needed to do. And in doing transition games, as I call them, do we see and make the right basketball play? 35 assists tell me that we did. I don't care who you're playing against. You still have to see and make plays. And then I don't care who you're playing against. If I give you an open look, an open three, is it a good shot and can you shoot it? We probably have 3 or 4 of them that was over pressure, but the rest of them were open looks, and we did a nice job of shooting the ball. So for exactly what you said, to being able to assist, to being able to shoot it, we've got that part of it accomplished in terms of what we wanted to get out of the game, and then just being able to play together and see a lot of guys play. I wanted the fans to have a look at everybody, to kind of see strengths and weaknesses of everybody individually, and for those fans that were there, we were able to do that as well too.
Scott, looking into CJ and Gervais' box score, both of them did a little bit of everything. Gervais, smaller in stature, but I mean, he filled up the steals, rebounds, assists. CJ as well with a 10-rebound game. What do you see from those two specifically?
Again, I think you got to be a little bit careful looking into stats against an opponent of that caliber, and we look at film. And do you know your job, and did you do your job is what we look at. And that's why I look at them as a group. So collectively, as a group, we did some good things. The sharing of the ball, the running of the floor. We played in a great rhythm. We shot the ball. CJ went and rebounded the ball. I needed others to go rebound more, because those are things we really focused on in practice up until today. We could have did a better job of. I was happy for Gervais, just for any new guy to get comfortable within themselves playing, and that was a good thing that came out of the game for him. Now, on the other side of it is you give up 16 threes. I don't think we were as intense on the ball defensively as we needed to be. We were a little bit better at it at midway, from the beginning to midway of the second half. So there's also things you can pull out of the game that you need to work on. And I've yet to figure out why this team talks so loud and so well in practice, and then as soon as you put them in front of fans, they go quiet. That piece, along with I'm sure a lot of other coaches in the country, are trying to figure out. And maybe I ought to go talk to women's volleyball, because I think they're excellent communicators on the floor. When I watch them play, hearing their chatter, my team needs to sound like that. If we do that, we'll be a better basketball team on the defensive end.
Looking at Sunday's matchup, Nichols, they don't bring 3 or 4 of their top scorers from last season's team. So how tough is it to scout out a team that's going to be fairly new this season? I know they have a pretty stout grad senior transfer in Dexter McClanahan.
Well, the good thing for us is they have 2 exhibition games. They play tonight, and they play again on Thursday, and they travel here on Friday. We'll practice here and play us on Sunday. So we get a chance late tonight to see them play Mississippi, Ole Miss, Southern Miss, Mississippi State, I believe, and then they play Louisville also. So you get 2 different opponents that they'll play against that you can scout them. We'll have a much better feel for them come Friday at practice when we really start our preparation work. But in the meantime, we play a lot like they used to play. They're a speed team that gets up and down the floor. They're very, very fast on the offensive side, getting down the floor. So we can practice that right now against ourselves, just working on defensive transition with how quickly we've played, because going back to the exhibition game, for the most part, we were shooting the ball within 4, 6, 8, 12 seconds into the shot clock. That's a pretty fast pace. And I would think any team that plays any faster than that, I don't know who that would be, but certainly we can work on some things ourselves in our defensive transition, and we're going to need to do that to prepare for them.
And I know you say don't look into the stats, but one stat that you can maybe look into is the dunking. only 28 dunks for the entire season last year. Just with the length and athletic ability of this team, that just seems like you're going to really hammer that out of the window this year.
Well, I think when those opportunities present themselves, again, how many opportunities are you going to get against a quality opponent to have a dunk? I think the ones that are in traffic are the more impressive ones, to being able to show the explosiveness and things of that nature. The one that Coop had, Isaiah had a couple of them, Renze had one. Those were the impressive. CJ had one in traffic as well, too. So breakaways are breakaways. So I just think our length will allow us to do a better job defensively and guarding people. And our length will allow us to do a better job in rebounding and finishing plays, the dunks, opportunity to finish plays at the rim more so than we've done in the past.
What's just kind of the general mood of the team right now as they play their first official collegiate game here Sunday?
Well, after speaking to several of them as we head to practice, I mean, and nobody's getting too far ahead of themselves. I think the fact, again, that we set out to accomplish some things in our offensive transition game that we were able to do, I think it gives them some confidence and comfort in understanding how the system works as they're all still trying to find themselves. I think today's practice for us is going to be totally focused on the defensive end of the floor, because the defense triggers everything we do. It triggers our transition. It triggers our confidence on the offensive end. It triggers us to go into bench and play numbers. We have to be able to defend people at the intensity level that we need to defend that, and that's where our focus will be.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
You bet. Thank you.
I got one more question for you before you take off. Last year in the season opener, the team came out a little bit slow, a little bit rusty. How do you avoid that this season?
Well, I think the fact that you got so many new guys, they're going to be hyper and excited to play because it is a home opener. And the different thing is, I feel like, again, you have a different type of mentality with this team in terms of getting themselves ready to play. So we call it our energy team. We're going to start the game with our energy team, and that energy team could change, literally change, within the next few days, depending on what we see in practice.